Hey, what's going on? Ed Fletcher, AKA Major Sexy Pants. I'm the president of Sacramento Valley Spark and a member of the Sacramento Regional Contact Group. But in this case, I'm speaking for myself as a burner. Some of these ideas have not been fully vetted by the Sacramento Valley Spark board, so they represent my thoughts and opinions at this time. But I wanted to talk about the effort to place burner art in Sacramento, where that stands, and solicit your ideas how we go forward, because there's a lot of exciting things happening, and I need you to be a part. This is an idea that's way bigger than myself, way bigger than the SVS board, and needs the participation of the entire community to really make happen. So that's why I'm doing this video. In a perfect world, we'd call all the stakeholders together, we'd sit around, we'd discuss this, and we'd come to some unified idea based on this collaboration and communication. Unfortunately, in the environment we're in, I think it's prudent that we sort of leap the conversation forward and present some ideas based on the membership meeting that Sacramento Valley Spark recently had and other conversations that have been happening. But I want to stress that we're at the beginning of the process, not the end of the process, and new ideas are welcome aboard, and we'll try to make the idea that works for the most of the community and for our community participants that would be involved with various parts of this. So let's first back up and talk about where this began, the origins, and what we're talking about. For some of you, you've heard me talk about this before, or this will all seem old hat, but for others of you watching this, this will be very valuable. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go through a presentation, if you will, that talks about these efforts. So this actually began for me and my friend Angela Gentry, Princess Fussy Pants, prior to our joining the board of Sacramento Valley Spark. And I had labeled the effort Playa-to-Plaza, and that was going to be the vehicle for bringing burner art to Sacramento, something that I felt very passionate about. Those efforts are now sort of incorporated into SVS activity, and we're trying to do this together with myself as president and the board and the community. So this was my inspiration, Bliss Dance, created by Marco Corcoran. This 40-foot tall sculpture blew me away. And I was like, where is this gonna go when it's over? And I immediately thought, wouldn't that really spark Sacramento's waterfront if that was out there? Where is it now? It is now in Las Vegas. I don't know why that slide isn't working the way I expected it to. Of course, we're talking about Burning Man. Burning Man is attended by 70,000 people. It's really an experiment in community where artists and theme camps offer their gifts to the community free of charge, and we all gift to each other this amazing experience. It's guided by the 10 principles. It started at San Francisco's Baker Beach in 1986, moved to Nevada in 1991 with 250 people, and has grown from there. I'm gonna play this video.
art can create community, and out of community can create civic mindedness, and out of civic mindedness creates people really invested in the city they're living in.
The culture and creativity of the city is very, very important. And that's what makes people love where they live, taking advantage of the culture and the creative people there.
Interesting thing about Burning Man is people see, like, if your city didn't exist yesterday and does today, what would you invent if you were just starting fresh? What is the essence of what a city is? What is a community like?
You know, when you're a mayor, you just get so caught up in doing things and the whole idea of things, how you're supposed to do things. And a lot of times you need to step back, think about it, and how you really want to do things.
If you really talk to people in your community and say, hey, what would you like this place to be? We're able to do that here in Black Rock City, but I think that's not impossible in cities that aren't temporary like ours.
We have Megan Miller, the Director of Communications from Burning Man. She's got 2 mayors with her. I'm excited to listen to it. Take it away.
We are strong, but we're working to build healthy communities where every single individual's value is recognized, and to see those principles on display here.
Have more of this type of culture, we would be so much better off, and we would love one another, respect one another, and really embrace who we are.
I think this is an experience for all mayors. I came away with so many thoughts about what this community was about. A community that was caring and accepting and inclusive.
And Burning Man provides that opportunity to touch and to play and to think and to be challenged in the ways that art are supposed to do. It's a really profound experience.
It allows people to come together to talk about our future, talk about humanity, using the art as a conduit for human connection.
It really shows the power of the human spirit when people are working together. This week, we're all city builders.
It's not about the streets or the transportation or the businesses or the influx of money. It's about the people.
For my own ability to relate with all of my constituents, when I got home, there was a whole set of folks who are like, my mayor gets me in a different way. Immersing into projects like Burning Man sends a message that our city is inclusive, we're fun, that we're ready for some challenges, and that we want everybody to participate.
So that should give you some idea of what Burning Man is about and what this conversation about what Burning Man can bring to communities really centers on. That was the U.S. Council of Mayors, a small group of about 12 that came to Burning Man in 2018. Since then, or around that time, the No Spectators exhibit has gone off in Washington, Cincinnati, and Oakland. That brought Burning Man art to regular arts communities. There's been the Smithsonian sale that helped sell art during the pandemic, also involved many artists of color. And this conversation of what Burning Man can teach cities came to Sacramento in the form of the U.S. Council, the Sacramento Downtown Partnership brought a speaker to a recent event and helped expose what Burning Man is to that larger group of people. As you may have seen from the video, art on the playa is plentiful. And unfortunately, much of that art doesn't have a home afterwards, and we'd like to repurpose some of that art, whether it's from this year or previous years, to share with the Sacramento community. I'm going to skip this art tour video. Many of you may have seen it in other videos I've done, but there are many beautiful pieces of art around the playa at Burning Man, and things that can be seen, some that can be climbed, some that involve the senses. And we want to bring that to the Sacramento region. The 10 principles briefly. Burning Man began somewhat organically, and along the road, they decided they wanted to have some guideposts. So the 10 principles were drafted. They include radical inclusion, gifting, radical self-reliance, decommodification, radical self-expression, communal effort, civic responsibility, leaving no trace, participation, and immediacy. If you want to know more about the 10 principles, please do go to our website or the Burning Man website and learn all about it, or just Google the 10 principles Burning Man on YouTube, and you'll find many great videos that detail each of those points. So with 2017, 2018, we began having conversations about bringing the Reno Playa Art Park model to Sacramento. And essentially they turned an open parking lot into temporary placement of art. And we thought, why couldn't we do that here? Here's a brief bit of the video. I'm going to stop it somewhere along the way.
About 2 years ago, we were looking for a location to place Burning Man art in downtown Reno. And the city had knocked down some of these old motels that are down here. And it was going to be an empty lot completely surrounded by.
So that was the Reno Playa Art Park model. And for a good long while, Sacramento, we were sort of attempting to follow that same model. And I think we would still explore that model if we found a suitable empty lot and we raised the funds to temporarily occupy that square. The benefits of that is that it was an enclosed space with a front fence that could be closed at night, and present some level of safety that other spaces might not. So that's what we were pursuing. And we reached out to City of Sacramento, City of Rancho Cordova, City of West Sacramento. We immediately heard back from Rancho Cordova and had been working with them to try to fulfill this through grant opportunities there. I'm going to skip the slide about Sacramento Valley Spark, or skip the video, but Sacramento Valley Spark, if you're new to this conversation, was inspired by the 10 principles of Burning Man. Started with an event called Burn the River in 2012. This is our 10th year of active creation. We also have a Playa Academy Arts Education Campout, and we have done Summer Spark one-day events, either as a drive-through or as a one-day festival. So we started having renewed conversations with Councilwoman Katie Valenzuela, and she basically came to us and said, we don't have a empty lot like you're looking for, but we may have a space available. So she came to us with, trying to find the right screen. Why do I have too many windows open? She came to us about a number of potential sites, which included Capitol Mall, Old Sacramento, Capitol Park, Southside Park, and Land Park, and the rail yards. And each of those sites offer some potential benefits, and but it would be an open air space, sort of like the city of wings, the wings of the city exhibit that came through Sacramento some years ago. I'm gonna So the question now is, what should we prepare or offer, and what can we fund either ourselves or with community partners? I'm gonna pause the recording. Sorry about that, but we're back, and I want you to take a minute and write down your ideas. What would placing art in the Sacramento region with those parameters be to you? How long would it be? How would we contact the artists? Would there be auxiliary events? What would make that event special and that brings the community together to you? Take a few minutes and write that down. Pause this recording if you have to, then come right back, because I'm going to share what my idea, my hopefully synthesis of what is out there in the universe are our collective ideas, and bring something forward. This was discussed a little bit at the SVS member meeting, so this is all of our idea. I'm proposing, I think we're talking about something I'm calling art outside, and it would be a celebration of outdoor art that begins with the temporary placement of art created by Burning Man. The goal is to create must-see moments to encourage artistic appreciation and to spark human interactions. Number two, to inspire new Sacramento area artists with an emphasis on diversity to consider creating whimsical large-scale installation art. And three, to set the city and region on a path to embracing all forms of outdoor public art. So the main portion of the project is the temporary, and we're saying this case, 4-month placement of 1 to 2 pieces of art at various locations around the region. I'll get into those potential locations in a second. I think that we would do a kickoff event, probably on Capitol Mall, with in association with the pieces to be placed there, that would emphasize live art. It would include theme camps and other nonprofits with booths or displays or activations. There'd be a beer and wine area. There would be art classes and talks. There would be tethered balloon rides. It's a thing. You put a balloon on a rope and race it up and lower it down. I think it'd be really cool and create a level of visibility that the entire region would be talking about. And I think there would be an interaction with Bike Party and encourage bike participation as well. Also in association with this is to produce and publish local art tours, the walking, biking, and riding guides for local art through the community. That would include these temporary pieces, but other pieces that have been in the community as well. And that would be 3D dimensional art as well as mural art. And then finally, I believe in association with this, we should do 2 community art builds, one in North Sacramento, one in South Sacramento, with one group of young people building a temple and one group building a art piece that will go to Burning Man and then come back to the community. Potential locations include Capitol Mall, Old Sacramento, Midtown, within the regional transit network, city of Rancho Cordova, Elk Grove, Roseville. Each of these cities have grant funds potentially available, and we would have to do the networking and marketing and political work to get that done, or find sponsors within those regions that would, not sponsors, but community partners within those regions that would help fund those pieces. We would create a kind of core idea. Maybe it's only two pieces on Capitol Mall and a small little kickoff festival. But this is an idea that can scale up, so that if Rancho Cordova says, oh, no, we want two pieces, and the downtown partnership says, no, we want two pieces in Old Sacramento too, and the Midtown Business Association says, no, we want two pieces in Midtown, it becomes this citywide activity where people can visit multiple places to see the art and buy into this creative collective activity. I think that if you have the right community partners and the level of funding is appropriate, that would include a artist stipend, transportation, storage costs, potentially installation costs, marketing and administrative needs, that I think this is doable. The question is timeline, and is a October 2022 kickoff a possibility. So that's the bones of the idea that I'm trying to put forth, and I hope it's based on some of the other ideas that have been out in the community, and creating this multi-month celebration of outdoor art, and trying to aim the community in a path towards placing more physical art throughout the region, and more regional artists creating this type of art. We think it'd be great for the community and great for this organization. So that's what I got. Love to hear your thoughts on this, and how we go forward. Thanks again, and get your Sacramento Valley Spark name tag before time runs out.